going to be talking to you about the myofascial lines today. So we're going to start out with the superficial front line. The purpose of the front line is to connect the whole anterior side of the body. So it starts at the top ends of the phalanges, works its way up to the anterior inferior iliac spine. Then it starts at the pubic symphysis and works its way up to the mastoid process. The movement function for this is to balance out the superficial back line. And the movement functions are extension or flexion of the trunk, sorry. So, yeah, flexion of the hip, extension of the knee, and dorsiflexion of the toes. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about the superficial back line. So we'll get Dennis to turn around for me. So it's the whole posterior side of the body. It starts the underneath distal ends, or sorry, ends of the phalanges, works its way up all the way to the frontal bone. Its purpose is to keep the body upright. And the movements for this are extension and hyperextension of the spine, flexion of the knee, and plantar flexion of the toe. Good. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about the lateral line. So this connects the whole lateral side of the body. It starts at the first and fifth metatarsal of the foot, comes up the lateral side through the trunk in a crisscross manner, and attaches to the mastoid process. The purpose of this is to stabilize the trunk and legs. The movement function of this is lateral flexion of the trunk, abduction of the hip, and eversion of the foot. Good. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about the spiral line. Its purpose is to wrap the body in a double spiral so that both sides are equal and so that you can perform rotation in all planes. So it starts at the mastoid process, it comes around to the opposing lateral ribs, then it goes down the lateral side, crossing over to the medial side, underneath the foot, up the lateral side, the opposing ischial tuberosity, then it starts at the ischial tuberosity and works its way up to this ridge. Movement functions for this is basically so you rotate in all planes.
So here we are, we're going to do the exercises for the myofascial lines. And the first exercise we can do is called erector spinae. And that's just in the seated position, one leg forward and the other leg, the knee up, and this arm just right over the knee. And then so the next exercise we can do is called the medicine ball lateral throw. So basically it's going to be back flexion and rotation. The next two exercises we'll be working on is for the spiral front line. Oh, sorry, the superficial front line. So which this one is a lunge forward and a side rotation. And then so for the second exercise is for the superficial back line. And so this one is just a back extension flexion.
What's unique about all these is it helps stabilize the body and helps it move in unique ways.
For being unique in the superficial lines, the myofascial lines actually, they help with working with agonist and antagonist muscles.